back to my now January 2018 favorites video. I'm not in my usual spot, which is more like over here, but this situation is why I don't have the camera positioned over there. Just saying, in case anybody's wondering, that's a weird spot to sit. And yes, I know, this is distracting, so now it's not. But yeah, this is my brother's old bedroom where I usually film these just because there's more room in general to sit further back from the camera and show you stuff. But yeah, it's basically like a storage room at this point, like 50% mine. But anyway, but yeah, so I figured I'd just knock those down. You can chuck these on his bed so they're not really... There! Less distractions. So, not a huge list this month. I think it might be bigger than last month's though. But yeah, so just going to jump right into it. First off, even though it's a very old packaging on it, the Bath & Body Works Winter Candy Apple Foaming Soap, as you can see, it's like that side. Used quite a bit just since I found it, like part of the way through last month. I was like, oh my gosh. I found it in the cabinet, like way at the back, so I decided to like re-empty out the cabinet, rearrange things, move stuff around, get the older stuff towards the front so I actually get them used up. And found this guy. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize I had that. And look how freaking cute the picture is with the little penguin and the polar bear on it. And oh my god, it's adorable. And it's got shininess on it, which I like. I'm like, if I can find any sort of like foaming refillable soap thing, I may keep the bottle after because it's just a really cute bottle, even though it won't match scent-wise, but I don't really care. It's just a really cute bottle. If not, I'll toss it. It wouldn't be the first foaming soap bottle that I tossed that was cute, but if I can save it, it would be nice. So, that's the first thing. Made it onto the favorites list for this month because, yeah, I've used it pretty much every single day, as we can tell. So, and that's not even without, that's not with even finding it at the very beginning of January. I found it like halfway through the month. So, I mean, I was aware that I had it, but I didn't like open it and start using it until partway into the month. So then we reached the lippies portion of this, which there's not too many this time, but first off we have the Carmex Daily Care in Fresh Cherry, which I think we spoke of this, but I'm actually really surprised at how much I like this, because I did not expect to like it. I thought it was going to be like the old school cherry one that smells disgustingly medicinal and just, ugh. No, this is like a million times better than that one ever could have dreamt of being. So this made it onto the list because it's been in heavy rotation. And then we have another cherry flavor, black cherry from Crazy Rumors, which also got a review this month. Let's try it. No, that doesn't help at all. Never mind. Oh wait, if I just go like that, you can kind of see it. It's just at a weird spot. I may have to scooch around depending how long this video is as the sun keeps going into this part of the room. But if it scoots over far enough, I might be able to scoot over there, so just weird positioning. But yeah, that made it onto the list, because ever since I reviewed it, yeah, I've been working on trying to use that guy up. And then we've got two Lipsests that made the list, which I'm sure you know which ones they are already, just based on what I've reviewed this month. We've got Root Beer Fizz, which is pretty much like the most authentic root beer flavor you could ever hope to ask for. And then, even though I literally just reviewed it last night, it made it onto this list at the total 11th hour. The North Pole Peppermint Bark. I'm legit gonna put more of this on right now, because I can use some at this moment. It's just so nice. But this is exactly why I wait until like the first of the following month to do the favorites video for any given month, because it's very possible for me to find something at the absolute last second that belongs on the list. So, anyway, that is all for the lippies for this month. So, short list this time. A lot of times there's a bunch of them. This time only 4 that I've pretty much exclusively been going back and forth between. So then we have... I showed you guys these earlier in the week. Actually, just a couple days ago. Actually, I think I uploaded it yesterday, but that is not when I started using them. But the Crayola Super Tips. And frankly, if you follow my social media accounts, you saw the cool yellow submarine trippy pattern that I did on the inside cover of my 600-page sketchbook. That was with these. Yeah, that was with Crayola. Not even anything special, they're just, like, skinny tip markers, but these are amazing and they're so cheap. Like this, I think I paid $13, but I just looked yesterday when I listed that video to get my Amazon affiliate code to list in the video, and now it goes for 10. So just saying, $10 for 100 markers that are actually really, really good. Just saying, why would you not? But just saying, so that's a thing, and I've been quite enjoying them. I used them on the inside title page too, which I posted an incomplete picture of. I'm still working on it. I feel like I can get a couple more characters in there. I just haven't locked down which two I want to put there, and then what to do with the rest of the background, because I want to fill the whole title page. But then, of course, we have the problem of the backside of the page, because it's very thin paper, and ink bleeds through it like a bitch. So I may have to, like, glue in another piece of paper on the back side of it and just draw on that or something, because I want to use both fronts and backs, every page in there. I'm not going to use ink on every page, mind you, but for the ones where I do, I think that might be one way around how thin the paper is. Like, I take a page from somewhere else and just glue it in. It's a thought. I might not be able to use every inch because it's really big dimensions. It's like, I'd say it was something like 12.5 by like 10 inches. It's a big freaking sketchbook. So finding pages that big to glue in there, not gonna happen. But I can find ones that are nearly as big and glue them in or something. I don't know. It's a thought anyway. So that's a thing. And then I have 2 nail polishes, both red. Actually, from that distance, they look almost like the same thing, but I assure you, they are not. Wow, that really looks like the same thing. Let's tilt this way. Can we? This really is not doing justice to how different they are. They're, like, not even remotely the same shade in real life. Genius. Okay, from this far back, you can tell this one's darker than this one, and this one's metallic, right? Okay, so let's, okay, scooch that back around. Told you. Bear with me. I'm gonna have to keep scooting this around as the sun moves. So the first one, these are both from the Breakfast at Tiffanys set, by the way. And I think I want to get the full sizes of both of them, just not today. My wallet will not allow it today, but eventually. I do want to get these, even though I have a very similar one to this one, but it's not by OPI. It was, I think No Miss is the one that I have almost the same color in, but this dries a lot faster, so I would kind of like to get it in this. But this one is Got the Mean Reds, which if you've ever seen Breakfast at Tiffanys, that reference will make sense to you. I believe that same term is also used in the Fred Astaire film, Silk Stockings, so I believe that was an actual real-life term at one point in time. So there's that one. And then this one is Fire Escape Rendezvous, and it's actually the one I'm wearing right now. And even though I doubt you can tell that there's, like, metallic confetti in it, it has it, and it looks awesome. Like, some of the pieces are bigger than others, like on my thumb, towards the edge. Yeah, you can kind of see there's, like, one really big hunk of it over there. Like, a lot of it is smaller, but some of it, on my ring finger too, there's a bunch, if I can get it to focus. Kinda, sort of. Yeah, it's kind of catching the light. There's more of them than it's getting on camera, but there's a bunch of them. They're not evenly distributed, and I had to put a shit ton of top coat over it to make it smooth, because having that confetti in there, it's kind of a rough texture, needless to say. So that would have made my OCD nuts, but I used a ton of top coat, and it's all smooth and almost feels like gel. I have so much on there now, so both of those are on my favorites list. I feel like red nail polishes are my favorites to wear, in all honesty. It's just so classic. It goes with everything. Show me one person who doesn't look good in red nail polish. I know some people are like, I can't wear red nail polish. It's like, try it. Yeah, you can. It may feel a little shocking at first and out of place, but as soon as you get used to it, it's like, oh my god, it feels so good. So, there is that. Then, this one surprised me that it made it onto this list, because not only did I think I could use it, I honestly didn't know I owned this. So, little backstory first. Carrie over at Persevering Star, who, again, if you haven't done so already, you should definitely go subscribe to. She needs 100 subscribers by February 20th so she doesn't get demonetized. She's up to 944 as of last check. So, just saying, she's getting close. Doesn't need that many of you guys to do it at this point, but if you could, please do. It would make me very happy if you would. But anyway, she uploaded her Bath & Body Works Fine Fragrance Mist collection. It made me realize how much I miss perfumes and body mists, and it's been like 3 or 4 years since I've been able to wear those, both between chemical sensitivity issues and asthma, just preventing me from being able to wear them. I have missed them like hell. So I watched that and I was thinking, you know, I've been able to handle a lot more things lately that I haven't been able to handle in years. Just for shits and giggles, let's go pick one at random and just put on a teeny little bit, just to see. If I get dizzy and feel sick, I'll go hop in the shower and wash it off, but if it works, it's gonna be a great day. And it worked. And I haven't been brave enough to try a second one yet, but this one, it's just so weird that I literally closed my eyes and grabbed, and I pulled up this guy. I don't recall ever seeing this in my life. I don't recall the name of it. I don't remember buying it. I don't remember anyone giving this to me. I don't remember the scent of it. I don't know how old it is. I really don't know. There's a lot of mystery behind this, but this is Get Misty by Mark, which is the, like, teen and young adult offshoot of Avon. So, I mean, it can only be so old, because Mark has only been around for so many years. So that at least narrows down how old this might be right there. And there is a copyright on the back. It's copyright 2011. So it's very possible I got this in 2011, just, I don't know. My only theory here is maybe it was like a free gift in with like any purchase of blah 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 amount, and you get like this tote with like free goodies in it. Maybe it was one of those, and that's why I don't recall it, and I don't think it had ever been used. Till the other day, when I would use a teeny little bit and was like, oh my god, I can handle it. So the scent of this is lemon sugar, and it smells exactly like what the name would state. I'm gonna put a little bit on right now, just a little. One little spritz. But I'm just surprised I can handle it. Boop. And I got it on my shirt, that's okay. But it does smell really good, and it's just funny because in 2011, I don't think I'd even latched on to a single lemon scent that I ever liked. Which could be why I have no recollection of this, because I probably just shoved it to the back of the countertop, buried it behind a crap ton of other bottles, and just didn't think about it ever again, just kind of had it there because, well, it was a freebie. I'm not going to turn down a freebie. And then I used it the other day and I was like, it smells really freaking good. And you know what it reminds me of? Remember one of my other favorites videos where I had the Bath & Body Works foaming soap, what was it? It was like lemon meringue or something? Something along the lines of lemon meringue. I forget if that was the actual name of it or not. But I was really amazed at how much I enjoyed it, given that I'm not usually a lemon person. This smells a lot like that, with like a little tiny hint of perfuminess to it, if that makes sense. It's like, I'm not sure how many people are even going to understand the reference, but halfway between that soap I just mentioned, the lemon meringue one, and Ginete. If anyone's familiar with Ginete, it's kind of like a little tiny bit like that, but mostly lemon meringue. It's kind of awesome. It smells really good. It's not overpowering. I mean, I was fine when I put on just a little bit. I pushed my luck a little when I decided to spritz a little on my neck. Then I did get kind of dizzy from it, and I toughed through it just to see if maybe it would make any difference, and generally didn't feel the greatest that day, so I haven't put it on my neck again. But just a little teeny dot on the wrists, and I apparently can handle one perfumey thing. Who knew? One of these days, I'm sure I'll get brave enough to try some of my others, but it does make me glad that I didn't just knee-jerk reaction sell off all of them. Because I started to a couple summers ago, when I thought I'd never be able to wear them ever again, and just was in despair. I was like, well, if I can't enjoy them, I may as well at least make a little money off them and let somebody else enjoy them. So I think I sold off like 3, but I still have like an entire countertop full, because perfumes and body mists used to be my jam, but then things happened and I couldn't wear them anymore. So I'm sure there's some there that I still cannot handle, but I bet, given the luck I had with this one, there's probably more up there that I can handle too. So it's just a matter of finding a day where I feel really, really good and I don't have to go anywhere. In case I should have a negative reaction to it, I can just jump in the shower, and if need be, I can lay down in bed till I recuperate. It sounds ridiculous to people who don't have problems with this stuff, but it can mess me up bad when I have a bad reaction to this stuff. So, just saying, that's why I'm being very, very cautious and trying to just use a teeny little bit and just see how I manage with it. I mean, truth be told, there is a tiny bit of reaction that happens still. It still makes my throat burn a little bit, but it doesn't make me dizzy and nauseous like pretty much all perfumes were doing for several years straight. So that's an improvement. And the throat thing may eventually go away too, or it may ramp up back into the old way of things. I don't know. It's why I'm not doing it every single day. I give my body like days to just chill and not deal with that stuff, but I am just seeing if maybe slowly, using a little bit of a time, does build up a bit of a tolerance again to it. I don't know. It's hard with chemical sensitivity since it's not like an allergy where that approach necessarily works in building up a tolerance. Sometimes that will kindle a sensitivity and make it worse. So there's just never a way of knowing for certain which one it's gonna do, but I feel brave on this one. I feel confident. I feel like my karma's been good lately, so I don't know. Went out on a limb, I tried it. It went over surprisingly well, so yay! I'm glad that it worked, but I admittedly have not gotten brave enough to test a single other one since that, but I've probably worn this about 4 times since I tried that, I think like 2 weeks ago, I want to say? Either a week ago or 2 weeks ago, but it was 2 weeks ago. 2 Sundays ago. Yes, I know the exact date. That's ridiculous, but them's the breaks. So anyway. So that's the thing. Then these. Those of you who follow my social media accounts have heard me raving about these over and over and over again and seen me post things that I made with them. And these are the Ohuhu water brush pens. I call them the watercolor markers, but that's the official name on here. And it also comes with a water brush. Yes, I also have the 80-pack of Ohuhu alcohol-based markers. I have still only used them the one time when I did that drawing of Talia. I haven't gotten brave enough to, like, venture back into the waters yet, but these I've used several times over now, and I'm having a really good time learning how to work them. But this is what the package looks like. You get 20 colors in there, plus the water pen. And they were actually really cheap. That was why I decided to go out on a limb with them, because I've tried so many things to try and mimic the appearance of watercolor, even though I can't do watercolor to save my butt. I've tried, I've failed, I've used cheap ones, I've used expensive ones, it doesn't seem to matter. I've used good brushes, cheap brushes, everything in between doesn't matter. So I bought a bunch of different watercolor pencils and tried those in any manner of ways. There's about 6 different fashions I've used them in, and still didn't really accomplish what I was going for there either, so alright. But I saw these were a thing, I was like, screw it, they're like not even 15 bucks, I don't think. So I want to say these were also about 13. They were about the same as the 100-pack of the Super Tips markers. So I was like, screw it. If they work, they work. If they don't, then I have some more just markers to use as markers. But more importantly, I finally have a water brush. So I'm going to take them out of this, which my genius-ass self in the first 30 seconds broke this tab. Because I'm that special in the head. But, for those who aren't really into the art sphere, water pens. I may have to move the camera again. Oh my gosh. Whoa, that was... okay. That was a thing. So, water pens. They open up, like, first off, let's take off the cap. And this is just, like, a brush. Regular paintbrush. It's got bristles and everything. It's actually really ridiculously soft. But, you unscrew this. It always screws with me because you have to twist the opposite direction of most things that twist on or off. Usually there's the whole righty-tighty, lefty-loosey thing, but this is the other way around, so. But you take that off, you fill this up with water, you put it back on, and then as you use it, you just gently squeeze up here, and it releases water down into the bristles. You never have to dip it into water once to do the watercolor. And half my battle with watercolors is I either don't use enough water, or I use too much water. This takes the element of surprise out of it for me. It just does the thing, unless I like manually squeeze it more to get more water out of it, which I try to not do, because I generally have pretty good luck if I just let it naturally do its thing and let gravity take care of it. So this has been a godsend. They make them in other sizes, even Ohuhu has like a pack of 6 different sizes and styles of brushes. I am highly considering getting that. It's only like $6 and you get 6 markers, so I don't know. Once I have a little bit more money saved up, I'm gonna buy that and some other things, I think, but definitely enjoying this one. But the other one, like, there's one that's like a big fat one, there's one for itty bitty skinny little details, there's one like this in it, there's a couple in between both the other extremes. It's like, that's really awesome. I'd been told early on in trying to learn how to even use watercolors, which, again, admittedly, I have not had much luck working with them, but in trying to learn anyway, most people saying, oh, you don't really need a brush pen. I call bullshit. Or not a brush pen, a water pen. I call bullshit. Yes, I do. Maybe you don't, but I need one, so... because this is the only thing I have had luck with yet in trying to work watercolors. Granted, they're not traditional watercolors, but I am going to try using this with traditional watercolors. I'm also going to try using this with watercolor pencils and just see what happens. It either works or it doesn't. No harm, no foul if it doesn't, but I don't know. I feel like this might be the secret to it for me. Again, I know plenty of other people can use these things like a pro with just a regular brush. I don't seem to possess that skill, and it pisses me off, but I think I'm finding little cheater ways to where I can do the thing too, even if it may not be the most traditional way of doing it, I can still do the thing one way or another. And then the markers themselves are kind of cool. Let's find a lighter color one so I don't totally stain my finger in showing you, but the tips on these, like at first glance, this probably looks just like a regular, like felt tip. No. These are also brushes on the ends, like, you can see it bends. This is like bristles on there. I just got it on me, but yeah, I just used some spit. I don't care how gross that was. It's my own hand, so my own pants. I really don't care. Yeah, clean. But anyway, so even in just drawing with them, it kind of creates brush strokes anyway, even if you don't add water to it. But as soon as you add the water and you start like blending in teeny tiny little circles, that's when the magic happens. And I am just in love with these things right now. They feel magical to me that I can actually create these sort of artworks in this medium I didn't think I'd ever be able to have any sort of mastery of whatsoever. And yet with these I can kind of do it. Again, I do realize that most people are like, there's not really watercoloring. You know what? Bite me. I don't care. If it even gets the look across, you know what? I count that as a success. So, just saying, don't knock it till you try it. So, of course, they don't want to go back in easily. The little thingies behind it. I don't care. It's fine. So there's those. And then this next thing isn't really a product per se, so much as just a thing I've been doing a crap ton of lately. And that's like both priming candles and repairing candles that had a lot of tunneling in them. I brought over a before and after comparison to show you guys. So what I mean by tunneling, for those who don't really know, as soon as you see it, you'll be like, oh, that. So when you burn down a candle and it starts to do that circle down into the middle, even though the rest of the wax stays up top where it started, you know, like that, That's called tunneling, because it's creating a tunnel down the middle, because you didn't prime it when you first got it, which means you burn it long enough to where it's an even wax all the way across the top, all of it's melted, and then you blow it out. If you don't do that the first time you burn it, you basically train it to stop however far out in that circle that it went the first time you burned it, and then the future times you burn it, it's just going to want to follow that circle. Yes, it can happen later on with it, even once it's been primed, if you let it do that, but you can still fix it. Now, there's apparently a trick you can do that, when I heard this, I called so much bullshit, because I didn't think tinfoil, of all things, would be able to fix this, but this candle once looked like that. It now looks like a freaking new candle, does it not? I'm like, what sort of black magic sorcery is this? And you can see on one side, it's still a little teeny bit stayed up over there, but you can see the line over here of how high it was before. Granted, I hadn't burned it much, but it was like doing the Mickey Mouse ears sort of pattern down around the 3 wicks, and was getting a bit into tunneling with that. And because I used the trick, Kimberly is having another meltdown over nothing. Joy, joy. But anyway, so there's like a whole thing. I could do a tutorial on how to fix them, and there are certain candles that if they're too far gone, you can't do it with. Some of them take literally hours of working on and constant checking to do it with, but most, if you get to them before they get too bad, you can fix them within like an hour or two to where they look basically like a brand new freaking candle. It's a magical thing, and then they burn more evenly, you get more burn time out of them in general. It's a wonderful thing. So yeah, if anybody's curious about that, I can definitely do a tutorial on that. It's really easy, just I wouldn't suggest doing it anywhere where you have either small children who may come by and either knock them over or mess with them, or if you have pets who might bump into something that this may all be on and, you know, start a fire. But if those are not a thing, that'll be a problem. I could totally teach you how to do it, because it's actually really easy, and it's not that time consuming. I mean, you pretty much set it up and like walk away and go about your business, and just periodically, like maybe every half hour or so, come back and check on it, make sure, you know, didn't start a fire, make sure it's still burning, because I've had that happen on a few of them where it was doing perfectly well, all of a sudden I come back and, oh, it snuffed itself out. Great. Those were the ones that I generally didn't have success on when the wax buildup was just too bad and it went over the wick before it could heat up enough to do the thing. Yeah, but basically the tinfoil insulates it, so there's more heat getting trapped in between the outside side and the inside side, so it helps melt down the buildup on the sides down into it. It's kind of trippy. So there's that. And then the last thing, because, you know, I can't do one of these lists without some sort of multimedia thing, even though I don't have a physical copy to show you of this anymore, just my MP3 copies, because back when we got robbed, I lost my physical copy of it, but, Michael Nesmith's Tantamount to Treason album, oh my god. Like, actually a lot of his earlier solo albums I've been listening to like crazy, but that one in particular, I don't know why that one's not even my favorite of his solo albums, like, truth be told. I mean, if I had to pick like a favorite, I'd probably be torn somewhere between Loose Salute and Infinite Rider on the Big Dogma, if I had to pick a favorite. Actually, I think it would be Infinite Rider. Would be the #1 favorite. But I don't know. Tantamount to Treason has actually been, like, getting non-stop play from me lately. I don't know, maybe it was something about Nez's show in San Francisco the other night. I don't know. It totally rekindled how much I love Nez. I mean, other than Davey, he's the only other one that really didn't have his name solely back when I dated a certain backup musician of a certain band that they both used to be in. Not naming names, but the other 2 remaining members kind of wrecked their own names for me. But anyway, scooching this again because the sun moved again. But anyway, but Nez and Davey, though, they're fine. Davey died before it was ever a thing, so he couldn't get ruined for me. I'd probably never get over it if he were still around and he was ruined for me, but And Nez just didn't ever get into the drama of anything, so he's fine still, so. But yeah, I've been revisiting a lot of his solo albums that I haven't listened to in years, probably. Tantamount to Treason I probably hadn't listened to since, gosh, probably 2010 or 11. Just to give a point of reference here of how long it had been. It's not that this is a new album to me, none of his albums are, but I've had all of them for years. But that one, I don't know, I guess I'd played it, I'd listened to it, appreciated it on some level, but I never, like, hardcore loved on it. But, I don't know, I have been in a phase this month with that album specifically. And when I latch on to something like that, there's usually one song in particular out of them that I go back to more than anything. Sometimes I'll just sit there and play it on repeat nonstop for days or weeks on end. Yeah, it happened again here. That song this time would be Wax Minute. Don't know why. It's another one of those things where I was like, I never felt that strongly about this song before. What is it now? Why this song? Why now? I don't know. But, in my listening to it over and over and over again, I also learned how to play it, so I guess that'll be one of my ukulele or guitar. I learned to play it on 2 different instruments, even. To boot. And in different styles on both. So, it's kind of like Fool on the Hill. I learned it both on piano and on uke, because I am that crazy, apparently, but this, too, was another thing where I learned it on 2 different ones in 2 different styles, so I'm probably gonna go with the uke one just because it's easier, but we'll see. We'll see. But, even after finishing learning it, I just kept listening to it on repeat, and the thing with me, I'm sure it has something to do with my autism, I don't know, but I never burn out on them when I do this. Just for the record. Most people would do this and then never want to hear that song again once they finally hit the point where their brain can let go of it. Yeah, no, I don't hit that point. Only a few times ever did I hit that point on a song I did this with, and it's probably been damn near a week straight that I have had this song on pretty much almost non-stop repeat. Yeah, that's a thing. And even before that, I was listening to the entire album on non-stop repeat. And then just zeroed in on this one song. I don't even know why. I don't know why this song and why now. But it just, my brain's like, nope, it is catnip for you, Jen. You're going back to that over and over and over and over non-stop. All I want to hear is that one song. I don't know either. I don't know. A funnier thing, this album isn't even technically included in the stuff Nez was doing on Sunday. He was doing the first national band stuff there. This is from the second national band, so I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. It just could be maybe that it was one of those things where didn't really fully appreciate the album before, and all of a sudden my brain just got it? I don't know. I mean, I remember even further back than 2010. Like, we're going back to maybe 2005, 2006, somewhere in there. Seemingly, all my online friends who share the fandom were all obsessed with this particular song, and I had listened to it and I was like, it's okay. I don't really get why you're all hardcore obsessing on it. All of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, I get it now. They're like, Jesus, generally. We're all, like, over it now, but, glad you finally get it. And I'm like, sorry that I'm, like, more than 10 years behind the curve here, but yeah, I finally freaking get it. But yeah, that one, Lazy Lady is also on that album. Mama Rocker's on that album, which I adore too, by the way. That one also, well, that one was probably a favorite Ned song in general for years, but no, Wax Minute, I mean, there was even a point with, I shouldn't even be talking about this, but, like, one of the stupid celebrity roleplay games I used to play, there was one pairing where my character was hooked up with Nez, and it was one of those journal-based roleplay games, so, yeah, his song that he dedicated to my character was Wax Minute. And I remember being super butthurt over it at the time. When I looked at the lyrics, I was like, oh, fuck you. But now I'm like, actually, in hindsight, yeah, that I see why you went with that. It actually fits perfectly. But just in general with my life, I'm like, I don't think it's necessarily representative of anything, so I don't think that's why my brain latched onto it at this point in time. I think just something about the chord progression in it just really speaks to my soul, or at this point. I don't know. I don't really know. All I know is that I'm enjoying the hell out of it, and it's probably not going to stop getting played anytime soon till I find the next thing that my brain decides to latch onto. And for those whose brains don't work like this, once I work through one of these things out to the other side, I've definitely had it happen with, like, the same song a second time later on down the road. Or third. Or fourth. Yeah. That is how my autistic little brain works. It'll latch onto a specific thing and not let go of it, even if I wanted to. It's like, nope, not till I'm good and ready. You're just gonna sit here and play it over and over till I'm good and ready to move on to the next thing to latch onto. It happens with music, it happens with movies, it happens with TV shows, it happens with all sorts of stupid shit. Just, there is no predicting what it's going to do it with at any given point in time, movie or music-wise, by the way. And then when it hits, it's just like, I don't know why this thing right now, but it's this thing right now. And this is my thing right now. So, should be interesting to see this time next month which thing has my brain latched onto by that point in time. Or will it still be on Wax Minute? It is entirely possible that it'll still be that. I doubt it'll be that long, but they never last an entire month on one song. Sometimes a few weeks. That's about when it moves on to another one, but yeah. Anyway, I think that's the end of the list. Let me look. Yes, that is the end of the list for this month. Even though it was a short list, this still went on for nearly 40 minutes. So, yay me that it wasn't a longer list, or this would be a much longer video. So, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed it anyway. Hopefully you at least got to laugh at my weird obsessive self and just the way my brain works. I don't try to do it, it's just the way my brain is hardwired, guys. I've learned to just embrace it at this point instead of trying to fight it, but anywho, it's harmless enough. It's just, for the people who live with me, annoying as hell, but other than that, it's harmless, so. But yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. What was your favorite thing that I mentioned from this month's favorites, or what were some of your own favorites from the month of January of this year? Let me know, because I'd like to hear about it, as well as anything else you feel like leaving me. Make sure you're following my social media accounts. They're all listed down below, and if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support and get your name on the leaderboard for the whole next month, the donation link, as always, is in the description. So anyway, guys, until next time, bye.